it's live now. All right.
3,
No need
2,
for a countdown. No need for a countdown. We're
and
live. Okay. God damn it.
Hang on, wait. 3, 2, and you go.
Palmer, we brought you back as this trial run episode, and you're really shitting the bed on it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're not. Your interview for the next episode is not going too well.
Sorry, my time in jail didn't really go that well. I haven't adjusted to normal life again.
You're just going back to the cynical nature of jail out, jail out, jail out.
Just like Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, pretty much. What a travesty.
It's a vicious cycle.
Anyway, though, welcome back to another episode of Westeros Weekly.
Yep. This is episode 7.
Good to be back.
Nobody said it was good to have you back. Episode 7.
Welcome back.
Episode 7, The Broken Man. Everybody kind of knew what this episode was going to be about, even though like it's big reveal in the beginning.
I had no idea what this was going to be about. When it said The Broken Man, I assumed it meant Theon, and I was really surprised in the first 20 seconds when we see the Hound.
Yeah, what do you mean, dude? That was the game bull confirmed the entire last episode.
Okay, fair enough. But, so the opening, I guess the first scene, I don't have a lot to say about it. It was like a minute long.
But it's a pre-credit scene, like it was before the credits rolled, which is pretty sweet. They don't really do that very much.
Yeah, it was definitely a new thing for D&D to do.
We got that and we got to see all those wild hippies in Westeros building a church, and they're all carrying logs, and there's like 6 of them on one, and then like the Hound is carrying like one big log by himself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
These aren't just logs. These are like trees.
He's so strong. He must have been lifting in his recovery.
He's been lifting trees.
Is that what you think they were? That was the only thing I was wondering about. What they're building. Do you think it was some kind of church or like?
Yeah, it looks like a church.
Yeah, it was definitely a church.
That does make sense. I assumed it was some kind of altar or effigy, something they would probably light on fire or dance around.
Huh.
Or die.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was something to like have a church out of, because he was a faith guy. What do they call him?
Septum.
Oh,
yeah,
Septum.
Yeah, he had his little 7-pointed star necklace.
Yep. 7 greetings.
At the beginning of the episode, I almost thought the Hound was going to be like converted and he was going to be like really religious, but he just kind of wandered into the camp.
There's no conversion.
Badass. It's amazing how all these Septums have such relatable stories to the people they're talking to.
A lot of Septums start from the bottom and work their way up to Holy Man.
They start as filthy peasants and they become filthier peasants. You have to be filthy to be a Septum. That's
of course. Well, to be an accepted one.
No, I don't.
The best Septums don't bathe.
I don't know if they said this in the show, but do you think that's like a splinter group of sparrows? Like they're like a different group of sparrows?
They seemed a lot less radicalized.
They seemed more of a little church group than the head of the church.
If they were with the sparrows, they were with them only in prayer and word. They weren't going to go help the sparrows fight or do anything like that. They just give them a thumbs up and a pat on the back.
I mean, other than his necklace, Brother Ray, he's dressed similar to the High Sparrow in his little potato sack shirt.
Probably just can't afford more.
Potato sack.
You heard him. They had no gold. They had no steel. That's the best he could do.
They did have steel though. I didn't hear the Hound.
They're not fighting steel.
In the intro sequence, we actually got to see like River Run in the the 3D map. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
So it's been confirmed now. They are changing it per episode.
Yeah, we confirmed that a little while ago, but you must have been off.
Must have been while you were fired. But after, so like we get that scene, then we get the opening, and we cut back into the storyline. The only thing I really got, and I know you're 100% on board with the Clegane Bowl, but this kind of, I feel like this was a subtle nod to confirming the Clegane Bowl. Brother Ray tells the Hound, the gods aren't done with you yet, and I think that's like a little nod to the upcoming Clegane Bowl.
Yeah. Also, he's eating out of a bowl. Clegane Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. The Clegane Bowl was in this episode.
I don't know how anybody denies the Clegane Bowl now. It's pretty much confirmed.
I think whenever I don't know how the Hound's gonna get down south or wherever he is. I'm guessing he's in the Riverlands here, but whenever he gets down south, I'm guessing like whenever he hears that the church is looking for a what do they call it, a champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he hears that Cersei's champion is his brother, then I'm guessing he's just gonna be like, all right, let me.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. He would be a champion for the church, a group which just got massacred. That, yeah, I did notice that. That's kind of cool.
That he hates and the fact that he hates his brother.
When Brother Ray is talking about he's talking to Sandor about like the gods, and he's kind of like not totally convinced of it himself. He sounds like, and he's like, "Fuck it, I don't know. They all may be the same god." Like that's continuing the tradition with everybody just saying that all the gods are just the same god with a different name.
That seems to be where a lot of people are, or a decent amount of people are leaning now.
D&D are dropping those. D&D are dropping little hints all like throughout the series.
Bran is the only god.
Huh?
That Bran is the only god.
Bran is the only god.
No, dude, that Bronn is the only god.
Yeah. Podrick.
Podrick.
The embodiment of the chosen one. I think it goes all to like there's a two god system, but the two gods are just mysterious other people. I saw a theory that Jaqen H'ghar was the many-faced god.
Ooh.
Oh. Explains why he can't be killed.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be interesting if the many-faced god was just fucking about in a house of faces, killing people and giving orders to kill people. I like to interpret it as a high priest.
That would explain why he did like a seemingly impossible task and like killing all the guards at Harrenhal in season 2.
Yeah, what was he doing like there in season 2? I don't think we ever like.
He was a prisoner that the Night's Watch was bringing back from King's Landing. But
How did he get captured?
I seen a theory that when I don't know how I got captured, but I think Syrio Farrell, after he got done fighting with Meryn Trant, that he didn't kill Meryn Trant, but that he took his face off, and then he was Jaqen H'ghar underneath that, and then like he got in the prisons or something. Like he ran away and he put on Jaqen's face, or he took Syrio's face off. But that's how he was running away.
That's very interesting. So you're saying Jaqen is Syrio?
Yes.
I've read that too. I hope that's true.
That would be really, really weird. Like he just completely changed who he was. Like forgot everything he did. Like he went to pretty much like forego his life to save Arya's, and then he doesn't let her in the House of Black and White when she shows up at the door. Like it doesn't make a
She's not ready, dude. She's clearly not ready.
He was teaching her a lesson. You gotta be no one to come in.
Yeah, I think
I feel like he'd be more susceptible to her than he is as Jaqen H'ghar.
We're trying to make sure that she understands that she has a purpose here, that she's not just getting a free ride.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's
how did we get talking about him in the first place?
Talking about who
the many-faced god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he was a many-faced god, then he wouldn't have had to worry about escaping King's Landing in the first place. He could just got out of there.
Yeah. So, we get to the next scene where the Sparrow is confronting Margarine about something in the dungeon, which she frequents often, even though she is held as prisoner there.
But let's talk about what they talk about.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd like to say, first of all, she has officially crossed that threshold into being religiously annoying to where I mean, it's all an act, of course, but she's finally put on that charade that she is that unbearable religious person who's always spouting text at you and always wanting to pray.
yeah, she's a zealot,
Yeah,
but
she's really committing to the act.
yeah, she's really committed to it. But when the High Sparrow says something other where he sees through her act, like he's not completely convinced by her.
Hmm.
You don't remember that? He said something like, people can recite scripture, not know a drop of the mother's love.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that he might have been talking about her.
Where do you think he fucking brought that from? Just random
I don't know,
fact.
just past experiences with people that don't truly that don't know the mother's mercy.
Isn't that when she like confesses that she doesn't really like the poor and she just kind of did it for like fame?
Yeah.
Potentially.
But then they talk about how or the Sparrow talks about how she needs to give the king an heir, and she's like, I just don't feel like it.
Right
Yeah,
before
I think
that,
that was like her building this persona to further, convince the Sparrow.
oh, okay. I didn't even consider that. My big takeaway from that little interaction was that Tommen is so under the Sparrow's control that he's telling him about his marital issues.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
She's definitely like fucking, gotten some shit, stepped in some shit, trying to, recruiting Tommen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tommen, he's like he's a little sparrow now. He is he's really just in line with whatever the High Sparrow has to
I
say.
mean, the High Sparrow is just like an old dude who's nice to him, the dad he never had.
A dad who's not a drunk.
But but that goes to say we were talking about the Sparrow saying she needs an heir. The heir to Tommen right now, if he died, which pretty much implied he's gonna die from the prophecies,
Mhm.
is like Jaime, from what I understand.
So there's no more living Baratheons to take his place, other than Gendry, who's not present.
Yeah, other than Gendry, who's lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you go to Jaime, who's now like not on the Kingsguard, so he can be king. Like if he's on the Kingsguard, that would have passed him. But now he's released from his vows.
He's heir to Casterly Rock.
In the books, is it like every couple dozen chapters do we get reminded that Gendry's just out there ruling, or has the books kind of stopped paying attention to him as well?
In the book, Gendry takes up. He becomes a smith for the Brotherhood Without Banners, and there's another character who's also one of Robert's illegitimate children. He's in a boat. We don't know about where he is, but
Okay.
we still don't get reminded of him. Like Davos did the whole like, all right, you're free, go, and
Good for you.
there he is. He's just going.
I'm kind of surprised Davos never got in like trouble for that, did he? I don't remember. It was a while ago.
I'm not sure about in the show, but in the book, he got thrown in prison.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he already lost his like end of his fingers to what is his name? Stannis. Yeah, he lost the end of his. He got declawed, and he's still not going down with it.
And Stannis cut him off. Lost him to Stannis one time, and then he kept him in a little bag, and then he lost him to Stannis again in this little boat war. Now I just don't have any luck.
I wonder if well, one of the things, like, I keep thinking that the High Sparrow, and we have seen evidence of this, he's like this, he knows how to play the game. He's a decent manipulator himself. When he kind of warns Marjorie about her grandma, her name's Lady Elena, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's like, I just hope nothing happens to Lady Elena. I wonder if that was him trying to manipulate Marjorie to get Elena
Yeah,
out of there.
I think that was definitely what he was going for. Like he was trying to, because he knows when he says, "I hope nothing happens to your grandma," she's gonna definitely go and tell her grandma to leave.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe he'll like arrest her on trying to flee the justice of the Sparrows.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
It definitely looks suspicious.
It
I hope
definitely
they
does.
don't kill Elena. I hope she dies in her sleep in a few years after all this shit is done.
Didn't she already die?
Yeah,
Like,
the actress already died.
Oh yeah, that's rip.
They have to like find a way out for her. So.
is she gonna have an on-screen death though? Like, had they already filmed up to her death?
That's a good point. I guess if they haven't done that already, she will have an off-screen death.
They're gonna like
Yeah,
have to pay homage to her somehow.
They're gonna give her a montage just like they gave Arya.
She's been such a big part of the season, and she's dead, and like they haven't said anything about it in like the previews or like in memory of or anything like that.
That's true. They might end the season with that.
Because they don't want to spoil it that she's gonna die on the show. They don't think we already know.
They're really dedicated to their spoilers. Actually, one of D&D already died. And they just don't want to get it out because he's got a guest spot on the show.
George R. R. Martin already died, and they don't want people to know that.
They've been ghostwriting his new book. They've just been hiring big hobos on the side of the road to come act as.
You can think about it, like book 5 came out when season 1 came out, and like that's it. That's all there's been.
Book
God,
6 just came out. It came out, didn't it?
No, book 6 didn't. No, book 6 didn't. He just wrote a new chapter.
Oh,
He
okay.
finished the chapter.
That's what everyone lost. What does he finish a chapter then announce it to everyone?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he like reads excerpts.
Yeah, he gives everyone a little preview.
But we cut to after Marjorie hears that, she like fucking runs off to her poor grandma, and she's got Septuna with her, and this bitch looking smug as fuck. But she's like, "Yeah, we won." Like how smug this bitch is.
She fucking has what's coming to her.
She's
So
got
many,
something coming to her.
so many people want her ass dead.
Everyone
I wonder
like
how. She's definitely like gonna die this season somehow. Characters not a lot of dialogue and development don't really make it that far on Game of Thrones. And even the ones that do have dialogue and development, they still don't make it that far. So this one's just a free kill, sacrificial lamb.
That's
Remember
true.
how in the Mountain versus the Viper, like the Mountain kills that random person who's just watching the fight?
Yeah.
That's gonna be her during the Mountain versus the Hound fight.
Yeah. Maybe she's the champion.
She conquered most of
She goes in with her shame bell is unrivaled.
them. But if the Mountain wins, or when the Mountain wins, I could definitely see Cersei just putting her head on the chopping block, doing it herself.
Marjorie says something along the lines of like when she like gets down on her knees and like tells her grandma to leave and gives her the note. She says like the mother watches us all, like implying that they've got eyes everywhere. Kind of like a Big Brother reference there.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I didn't either. These Tyrells and their
In
Tyrell.
their codes. Yeah, I mean it wasn't subtle, but that scene, the end of it, showed us that this is all bullshit for Marjorie, and she is still on Team Tyrell.
Yeah, 'cause I thought she had been like not like full thought on, but I thought she was a little bit converted. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
The
I
way
thought she was
brought
too.
on Tommen.
Huh?
The way she brought on Tommen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I thought, like after she had like talked to Loras and everything, she had been convinced to just give in.
Mm-hmm. She's still going strong.
Elena
Strong,
did
but
raise
in
me with her.
a new path.
She's having to carry this family. Loras sure isn't.
But so after that, there is the quick scene with John and the wildlings, and they're like John's trying to convince them to fight for him.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say Tormund and John officially have the best HBO bromance.
Yeah, I wish I could fucking find a picture of them north of the wall. But you're right. Yeah, they had this nice dynamic going on.
I
Here's
don't
a
even know
good
why
picture
you
of
need
Jon
to
Snow.
limit it to HBO bromance and just say best bromance at all.
Best bromance
Uh,
on this year's television.
I can't think of any other better ones, but I feel like there is at least one that can rival the John X Tormund bromance.
Maybe JD and Turk from Scrubs, but that's probably it.
Oh yeah, I think that's who I was leaning towards actually.
We actually we skipped over this, but what does the rose mean, you think?
It's a map. In the center, you have the red keep, and then all these
You have to
little.
lay it over the little map of King's Landing, and it shows where her favorite dildo is buried.
No, dude, you got to hold it up to a light, and you have to hold it like 3 feet away from the light. It's got to cast a shadow, and that tells you where the symbol is.
It casts a shadow on the Westeros $1 bill, and it forms an all-seeing eye.
You gotta go to the king. You gotta steal the King's Landing Declaration of Independence.
Here we go. But yeah, with this scene right here, there's pretty much just John getting the wildlings on his side. But there was a little there's kind of been some Jon Snow, Jesus Christ stuff on this show, relating Jon Snow to pretty much Jesus Snow.
There can't be two Jesuses on this show.
There's always the drops of Jon Snow died for you, and these are the wildlings, the people he saved.
That is true. I didn't draw parallels between John, John and Jesus, John being a Christ figure. But I guess all you really have to do is not so much anymore, but look at what his hair was, and the resemblance is uncanny.
What?
Yeah,
His hair?
Yeah,
remember
dude, he
look at
had
his
those
hair.
beautiful flowing locks, but now his hair's cut. He no longer has those beautiful curls.
When
Yep.
he was
Okay.
when he was stabbed and killed, they had a cross for him. Why do they have crosses in the Game of Thrones universe?
Because crucifixion is a hell of a way to go.
Okay, I didn't even think about crucifixion. I just thought
Okay.
it was a religious symbol.
Have we seen people be crucified on the show before?
Yeah, Danny crucified a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
There's a lot of things you think crucifixion was it like a Roman? It was the Roman torture death thing.
But it's
Mhm.
why is it symbolic in the show? Why did they have a crucifix on his grave? That's a Jesus thing. That isn't a
Yeah,
inherent thing.
I can definitely draw the lines between that and just further alluding to John being a Christ figure. That's pretty cool. I might need to, when I rewatch the show, I might need to pay more attention to that because I haven't connected the dots yet.
They're really throwing it at us here. Maybe I'm trying to spin off some theories about what's gonna happen next with Jesus knows chosen people, the wildlings. Is he gonna save them or is he gonna lead them into death?
I was.
Good.
I'm sorry, but I was wondering, how strong do you think his bond with the wildlings are?
I think the
Are
wildlings are definitely gonna back him the strongest of anyone.
okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Do
Just
you think he's gonna
Tormund's
become the
gonna.
next? Might be.
I was just gonna say because Tormund's definitely gonna back John, and then One is definitely gonna back Tormund, and no one's gonna go against One. But you said
What did One say when John gave his speech? Did he just say snow,
Yeah,
meaning
it
he
was
was
Snow.
okay? Just making sure I couldn't 100% make out what he was saying.
yeah, he's good. He did the whole in Hardhome, and he was like Tormund, and this one he was like Snow.
A man of few words, One is.
You could say he's
One
a.
every now and then.
He only has one-liners. No, fall flat.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
With well, did you have anything else to say about that scene? I felt like with these scenes, not a lot happened in them individually because it was just like, are you gonna fight for us? Okay, cool, and then it just kind of moved on to the next scene.
Yeah, like, are you gonna fight for us? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was pretty much all I had there. You know, the biggest part of that whole scene was the Jesus No one. I mean, there really all he does is get the wildlings help. Yeah, you work for us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he's got like 2,000 wildlings, and how many like troops did Ramsay say he had? Like
A lot
5,000, I want to
more.
say.
A
He had like
significantly
five.
larger amount.
Yeah, I think it's like 5,000 or something.
So yeah, I mean, it's
How
not
many?
looking good.
How many does 1-1 count for?
I was thinking about
About
that.
20, 20,
I
I
feel like
think.
he counts for a lot, but like if you properly armor him, he'll be a fucking tank. I feel like his biggest weakness is archers, so just load him up with like thick padding or at least metal plates, and he's pretty good to go.
If you just
Yeah, I
put
mean,
like,
they wrap him up and like, I mean, honestly, I think his biggest advantage is he can just fucking burst open like closed gates.
Hmm.
Like he can end like a siege and just fucking blow the door apart.
if
That
you
is
put like
true.
steel walls on him as armor, he could just like jump into Winterfell and just like
Yeah.
knock the whole thing down.
He has like a fucking like he carries like a big piece of metal in front of him, and whenever he gets to the wall, he kind of just lays it on his back slanted, and everybody runs over the top of the wall. Use him as a lift. Poor
Yeah, but I'm
Womble. He's
excited to
probably
see
gonna
him
die.
fight again. Oh
Probably gonna
yeah, I
die.
think so. He probably will die.
Last of the Giants. Last of the Giants.
You
Or one
think
word.
Ramsay's gonna skin him?
Yeah, that's a lot of skin, boy.
I bet Ramsey would give up halfway through.
Yeah, woo. I've been skinning this dude all day.
I would need like 2 or 3 more skinning assistants. This is a big bitch.
We just
Have
gonna
we
need
found
2
trees
more
big enough for
crosses.
the eggs yet?
What?
I was saying that they'd also need to find large ass trees so they could
Yeah,
make that X shape to string them up on.
fucking the cross, the cruci, not the cruci, like the flame cross.
Yeah, that's
Oof, that'd be a big girl.
skinning a giant is more trouble than it's worth.
I mean that's pretty much all that scene, I reckon. When Cersei comes in and confronts the Queen of Thorns, and she's like, "So I hear you're leaving," and she's like, "Yeah," before they throw me in the dungeon like they did you. And pretty much nobody's on Cersei's side anymore. It's so sad, except the Mountain.
You mean
Yeah.
Robert Strong?
Yeah, pretty much. Cersei is really exhausted of allies. That was the only thing I had for this scene. She
The
has
Queen of Thorns has,
incredibly.
the Queen of Thorns
Sorry.
has some big balls, like talking to Cersei like that with her zombie mountain right behind her.
That is true. All that mountain would have to do is give her a pretty hard shove, and I'm sure she'd die.
He just burst into powder.
A little shove, and she'd be done.
But yeah, Cersei has very little power, and Elena reminds her and the audience of that, which I didn't really consider it until Elena mentioned it. But yeah, like with the nobility, your image is kind of everything, and no one respects Cersei. She doesn't have a whole lot of power. I've been reading a lot of theories that she's gonna overplay her hand, and shit, that she's gonna overplay her hand, and she's gonna end up getting killed by Jamie because she goes a bit too crazy and Jamie just has to stop it.
I hope
Mhm.
so. I hope Jamie like just kind of falls out of love and goes with the whole like, nah, she's just crazy, kind of like it does in the book.
I
Yeah,
could I hope so too. I could believe it.
I feel like she will like go nuts, and he's gonna have to end her, just like the
I
prophecy speaks.
The Valonqar.
well, what does the prophecy specify what her death will be like?
It just says that her death will be by the Valonqar, which is like Valyrian for brother.
Yeah, her younger brother. And she only has
Oh.
one brother, so.
Oh, okay, okay.
You keep saying that, but that hasn't been proven yet. I mean,
It's confirmed.
That's funny, but that's interesting. I guess I didn't pick up on that the first time they mentioned that. Yeah, I definitely believe Cersei's gonna die by Jaime's hand. Then he had to kill the Mad King, break his oath there. Probably gonna have to do the same thing with her.
I do. I have an oath to break now.
He's gonna
Other
have to
than
put
the
a
stop killing your sister oath.
not kill your family oath. Yeah, he's gonna have to put a sword through her back like he did the Mad King.
What
Oath breaking season.
what a sad moment, but justified that will be. So, do you want to move on to the next scene?
Yeah, we get to see Bronn again.
This was my favorite scene in the whole episode.
Yeah, I really like this. Who are you? You just let 8,000 men stroll into your camp. You're lucky we're friends. We'd be butt fucking you right now.
Fucking shit. Yeah, I mean, Bronn's a really good character, and it was disappointing to have him disappear this season.
It's gonna be a shame when he dies in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, Braun is the mini face God say.
I would like to say I like the look of the siege when Jaime and Bronn stroll up because it kind of further shows that House Frey is they're just in way over their head. They don't know what the fuck
They
they're
wear
doing.
they wear these ugly ass hats that make them look so scary.
They wear those shitty like fisherman peasant hats.
They look like they're playing football in the 1920s.
Yeah, it's a real shit tier situation going on, and without Jaime, their little quote unquote siege would have fallen apart.
They were
I
in
was
there when they
wondering.
got kicked out, so I mean, they must have lost one battle already.
Oh yeah, then there's just no way they'd be able to hold up against it. Um, would do either of you know why they didn't kill Edmure? Like, I feel like they got the all go from Walter, and they threatened it. They just didn't fuck. They screwed me out of 3 points for
I
one,
know,
but two.
dude. That's what I was telling. When I was watching it, I was like, Kirk's probably got such a hard on right now. They're gonna fucking kill him. When they had him like in the noose, I was like, oh sweet, they're gonna hang him. They're just not gonna fucking like. You're not gonna get the 3 points. You'll just get the one, right? And then they like take it off, and he's gonna cut his throat. Like, god damn it.
Yeah, I was getting excited when they put the knife to his throat, and I was like, all right, Alex, suck my ass. But then they just didn't fucking do it. What purpose? Why wouldn't they?
Because then they lose their leverage.
Yeah, like they lose. Like he's a highborn captive. Like I guess you don't murder highborns in front of the castle.
Like, he's worth a lot. Like, but if they kill him, then they don't have anything.
Yeah,
It's like a hostage situation. You know, you kill your hostages, and the police don't have any reason not to storm you. But it's kind of reversed.
If the police kill their hostages, then the criminals have no reason to storm them.
Pretty much word for word here.
But yeah, I really hope the Frey house gets what's coming to them. It seems like there's going to be a pretty big battle, so I feel like a lot of the Freys are going to eat shit next episode. I'm excited about
The payoff we've been waiting since season 2.
I really hope. I hope it's not just. I don't know. I hope they really get their face shoved in the dirt on how badly they're about to get this ass whooping.
It's pretty cool. Not seeing Jaime in his red leather rockstar jacket.
That I like most of the armor, but it does that weird thing where it looks like a guy that has his pants pulled up too high. Like I don't understand what they're trying to go for.
He's got like a tunic on. It's not like a shirt, so it's kind of disproportionately changing how he looks. I don't know if I can find it. Like it's a long shirt, so it makes his look like his waist is higher, I guess.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. It gives off a less than intimidating look. It'd be like if a general of an army you were about to face was wearing bloomers under his pants and he came up to negotiate with you beforehand. it takes a little bit of the intimidation away.
You can't see his bloomers underneath his pants though. This one looks like he's got his armor hiked up.
But yeah, the next scene we get to is the start. What we see is Jon Snow and Sansa try to recruit their army, and it's not going pretty well. I mean, these two from like a very high-born house surprisingly have no political skills. None at all. None at all. They can't make dialogue or anything.
Jon, I can understand. Oh, sorry, continue.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
Jon, I can understand because he spent some time at the Wall and he's a bastard, so why would they bother training him politically? But not only was Sansa the first girl that was born to the Stark name, she was always prim and proper, and she's been hanging around with one of the most politically manipulative people for like, I don't know how long in the show, but for the past season or two. She hasn't picked up shit. She is not great at this. It really, Davos Seaworth, the son of the crab merchant, or the son of the crabber, is the one that was able to convince Lady Mormont to spare her men. Or to get them in.
She's pretty badass.
I feel like she didn't have a good point. Like, cause she was like the Mormonts are Bannerman to House Stark, and that like the heir right now, Rickon is the heir of the Star House, and she's just not fighting for him.
They never fucking said throughout any of their talks, even with the guy later in the episode. They never bring up the son of Ned Stark is being held hostage by the Boltons.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I think one person, I can't remember who they were talking to, either Jon or Sansa, they said like, "Oh yeah, and Rickon's in jail." Like that's kind of all they
said. That I don't think they even mentioned it.
Yeah, they should have did the whole like Bran speech saying that Rickon's your liege lord. You should fight for him, like it's you have to do it by law. And she was just like, Onion Knight, what you gotta say?
That is true.
Even if like Sansa's a Bolton and Jon's a Snow, there's still a Stark in Winterfell. He's just in chains.
Mm-hmm. That is true. You think about it. You think they'd rise to arms quicker. Do you think 62 men from Bear Island will be enough, or do you think like they're just really hyping up their own men?
No, I don't think it'll be enough.
I think 63 men from Bear Island is going to be 63 new bearskins for Ramsay.
Yeah. The 62 man payoff is just kind of just a fuck you to like all the work they did just to win these 62 men.
Nah, dude, didn't you hear Lady Mormont? They're worth 620 mainlanders.
They swing a sword like 10 men.
See, so I was trying to figure out if Jorah is just head and shoulders a next level swordsman in Bear Island, or if he's kind of par for the course. If you got like a squad of 62 Jorahs, that's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Not a bad group to have in your army.
I hope Jorah comes back to help Jon Snow.
He'll be a statue by then.
Not dude, his right arm will be. All he has to do is touch the enemy.
The thing. It'll be the Ramsay flay him. Gonna need some thicker blades.
He's gonna get some
crocodile. He wouldn't chisel Jorah, or he wouldn't flay Jorah. He'd have to chisel him.
Chisel him, yeah. Make him into something else. Then we get
chisel a bear out of him.
We get the scene between Jaime and the Blackfish. Seems like there's going to be a battle.
Pretty funny scene. How I mean, I didn't get anything noteworthy from it, but I liked how the Blackfish just wanted to talk to Jaime because fuck it, he was kind of bored, and that's all he really had to say. Like he didn't intend on negotiating anything; he just kind of wanted to size up Jaime.
Yeah, and he said he's like we're ready to die in here. You know, you can siege us or you can try to starve us out, but we'll die here. And that's kind of fueling the fire that they're gonna have a battle. But at the same time, Sansa writes that letter and I feel like they're gonna come aid her
Who do you think she's writing that to?
to the Blackfish.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, wow, yeah, that make a lot of sense. I didn't consider that. That'd be pretty cool. How many men does the Blackfish have? Is it just
Mm-hmm.
a few hundred?
I think what's gonna happen is well, they haven't
How's
really
he,
shown it.
how's
I
he
think
gonna
what's
aid
gonna
her when they're under siege?
I was thinking like they're gonna sneak out the back door of the castle or something. Brienne's gonna convince them, and
They're just gonna get on their boats and
they're
hop
just
on the
gonna
river.
they're gonna Game of Thrones cock tease us, like with the preview with the big battle looming, and then there's no battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's completely believable after what happened two
With the
episodes ago.
standoff on the stairs.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
They're
Just kidding.
just teasing us with this great big battle, and then just some random main character gonna die.
But so do you want to move on from Jamie and Blackfish? So we go back yet again to Jon and Sansa, where they didn't really get anywhere with who were they negotiating with? Glover.
Yeah, I think
Robert
so.
Glover.
Robert Glover. The Starks aren't super popular right now. They didn't make much of an impression. Didn't make a great case for why Glover should help him out. Seems like it's becoming more and more of a lost cause with when they're getting a few amount of men or just getting turned away completely.
Yeah, it's interesting how it's gonna work out when they take back Winterfell and everybody's like, oh well, that's nice. You didn't pledge your banners to me.
You
Gonna be a
think
new change in
if they're able to
hierarchy.
take back Winterfell?
I just want them to hurry up and take it back. I'm really excited for that.
I feel like we skipped over a pretty good joke in this episode when Bronn says he has the biggest cock in the Unsullied army.
Oh yeah, I forgot he said that.
There hasn't been really good banter in the show since they killed off all the good Dothraki blood riders.
Since they killed off all the good Dothraki bros.
There's been that missing banter.
That awful banter.
I really didn't get a whole lot from that scene. I mean, it was just more of the same of like, nobody wants to fucking help you, Jon Snark, Jon Stark, Jon Snow, John Jesus.
Yeah, I agree.
Wordplay.
Just kind of hard to pull a lot from these scenes because not a lot happens and they're only a few minutes long.
With the Glover scene, it's almost like the people of the North are like starting to like get behind the Boltons.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'm starting to. Sorry.
The Boltons did help them get their place back.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess some people they don't have a real reason to hate the Boltons, at least not yet.
The Umbers, the Karstarks. There's another house, and then now the Glovers.
Some are just neutral. I feel like it's not my war. I'm tired of dying because the War of the Five Kings just ended.
Yeah,
that is true.
But I feel like they still have to like fight something. They still have to. With their like the Starks under siege, they still have to. They have an obligation.
Yeah, they should. Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I feel like Northerners are different, and Northerners keep to their own, and the North remembers. I'm starting to think it's all a lot of horseshit. All you got to do is threaten to flay a couple people, and suddenly the North isn't that different from the rest of the country.
So that's why Ned Stark he outlawed it. He didn't want the North to be like the rest of the country.
I don't know.
But so do you want to move on to Theon and Yora?
Yeah, Yara is like
my bad.
Yara's a partier. She loves men, women, her brother, everybody.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say. So when we first meet her, she lets Theon pretty much get to third base with her on a horse, and now she's making out with a bar whore. I'd say Yara is more Dornish than Ironborn at this point. She has a lot of love, and she just wants to give it out.
She's more just a dude.
Pretty
Also
much.
true.
I feel like the actor is like a lesbian in real life. Like this isn't her acting.
Yeah, she looks like she could be
A
like a man
lesbian.
lesbian. Yeah.
There's something about like lesbians. They just have a look to them. Like there's something in their genetics that makes them that way.
At this
You
angle,
feel like you could hang out with one. That's what you're picking up on. She gives off a bro vibe.
bro.
Look at her on screen, like she's having her ear eaten. I don't know what that term is, ear sucked on, I guess, by a topless whore in a bar.
Nibble.
That's a toast bro move.
If you look at her from this angle, like if you take like you put your hand over like her hair and the girl, her chin looks like Ted Cruz. Huh?
I can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Theon really isn't into all this because you mean he's got no cock.
Yeah, what is his
Imagine-
motivation like right here? Like, what is he trying to do? Like, he ran away, and
Yeah.
now he's still Reek, but he was Theon a couple episodes ago. I don't understand what's going on with him.
I assume he's struggling to build back his identity, which he's only going to get from just hanging out with the fans, specifically Yara. The more he hangs out with her, the more he's going to kind of figure out who he is, or who he's supposed to be at least, and he's going to work towards becoming Theon.
I feel like he doesn't really have an identity. He just kind of assumes the identity of people around him.
The psychology of like someone, like after they get their dick cut off. I mean, imagine what's going through his mind. Like he must lose all of his motivation. Like I imagine if I had my dick cut off, I'd lose a lot of motivation.
But he had motivation, a couple episodes ago when he told Sansa he's going home, but now he's like lost all that momentum.
Maybe
Well,
he'll become
because he
immune.
went home only to find out his uncle killed his dad, and now his uncle wants to kill him.
Yeah.
It's not all hugs and kisses like he thought.
Yeah, he's got this vibe where he's asking like if his uncle's gonna come hunt for him, or he's always in this like mode of like somebody's hunting him from like Ramsay, that deep psychological pain. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was like, the torture, getting his dick cut off. But I think probably what's fucked him up, arguably the most, is the fact that Ramsay would let him escape just so he could catch him again.
Yeah.
I feel like because of that, Reek is always he's always looking over his shoulder now.
And he's like when he drinks that when he refuses to drink the ale, I think it's because he doesn't want to be like drunk to where he can't get away if he has to.
I didn't consider that. That makes sense.
It's not.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
Now he's got to become an alcoholic to realize who he is again.
Gotta become a true Ironborn all over again.
They gotta drown him again.
Did you ever get drowned in the first one?
I think all of them do. Like it's a tradition.
That's their christening.
Right out the womb, they give live birth in the ocean.
Yeah, it's an underwater birth.
I don't know if y'all talked about this when I was in jail, but did you guys like go over like who you think burned the ships?
Burned the ships?
I think we did it in Marine. I think we just said it was either the wise masters of wherever the fuck, or the just like either one of the wise masters or the slavers. Just like some of the people that hate Dany.
I heard a theory that it was Euron before he came back to the Iron Islands.
Oh wow!
So now he's going over. Like, and Dany doesn't have any ships now, so he thinks he's going to give Dany his ships.
Yes, he's like, I don't know if she's gonna need ships or not, but hell, if I set them all on fire, she'll definitely need them.
That's a nice theory. I didn't consider that.
That makes a lot of sense.
That does. But moving on from your it just having a little fun in a bar, we go back yet again to Jon and Sansa, and not a whole lot happens here. They kind of argue about what their next move is, and Jon comes out on top. I was interested to see like which one of them would assume the position of leader, but I guess I'm not surprised that it's Jon, considering he was a leader and Sansa just kind of doesn't do anything on her own, or at least nothing right on her own.
Sansa's trying not to be the damsel in distress, and it's just like not working.
Davos like rattles off at the beginning of the scene like how many troops they have, and they're like 2,000 wildlings, like 200 of these guys, 200 of these dudes. So like I think from what I remember, it ends up being like 2,500 people. So he's got literally half of like what fucking
Ramsey.
Ramsey has. So I don't see the siege going well at all unless somebody comes to help him out.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need the Blackfish to come in because, like, he has some good fighters, but I don't think everyone can reliably take down 2 men before they go.
Yeah.
They need Littlefinger's men. Like, I don't know who he's like gonna really fight.
Maybe she send that to him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I forgot about that. Like the Veil. That's maybe what she's writing to.
Do you guys remember how many men the Veil had?
It was a lot.
I think they have a pretty big army.
A couple thousand at least.
Oh, fuck yeah. You get Blackfish and Littlefinger to meet within the same relative time period to join Jon. The Bastard Bowl is going to be pretty lopsided.
This is going to be one big mosh pit with those
Ramsey has the fortress, though, so he's got a little bit more on his side.
He's got Winterfell and those 2 walls.
I forgot about that, yeah.
But
yeah, the Bastard Bowl is gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good episode.
That's episode 9. So not next episode. There's gonna be a little bit of wait time in the episode coming up this Sunday on episode 8.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Clegane Bowl and then the Bastard Bowl.
Even like I feel like the Clegane Bowl is gonna be like episode 10, like the way they're going.
I kind of think that as well.
What's the episode?
Like they're gonna be 9 or 10.
Look up what episode 10 is gonna be called.
I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Episode 10 is Winds of Winter. I guess it's an homage to the book, the new one.
You think they're gonna coordinate the book release with episode 10?
I don't know. I think the book release is supposed to be coming pretty soon. Like, it may be.
What's pretty soon to one of his book releases, though? Like, pretty soon could be a span of months.
I feel like it's being made and shipped out.
You think so?
Yeah, it is already written.
Do you know how quickly it gets recorded and uploaded as an audiobook?
I don't know. I was wondering that the other day.
Probably pretty soon.
I don't want to
I'd assume so.
Have to read it all the way.
But yeah.
What's it like keeping up with the book and the show? Like, is there one you're preferring, or is it kind of annoying?
Sometimes I'll get them confused and what's happening, but as to which one I prefer, it's kind of difficult because the show does stuff better that the book doesn't, and the book where I'm at is still introducing characters. Like a lot of the stuff that happens in the show, they combine the characters. Like I guess it's a spoiler. Y'all aren't gonna read it, but like Jorah doesn't get a grayscale. He's not with Tyrion at that moment.
What?
He's not with Tyrion. Yeah, sorry. He's not with Tyrion.
Spoiler alert! God, dude.
I spoiler alert. Spoiler right before I said it.
Palmer, I don't think you're going to be coming back next episode.
God, this is disappointing. But like the show has stuff like Ollie. Like, he's not in the book, but he was a very nice touch in the show.
I feel like they had the big difference in the show and the book is. In the book, characters can just sit on their ass for a whole book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the show, some like Sansa can't just be sitting on her ass for a whole book like series. She can't be hiding out. She's got to have an interesting storyline. All the characters have to be doing something interesting if they're like a main character. Like
no, you are wrong. Sansa has been doing exactly that since.
I think she's been being tortured.
That's something, Palmer.
No, she's just hanging out with a little.
She wasn't doing anything productive, but she had things happened in her storyline.
Oh, you're talking about the show, aren't you? I'm sorry. I thought you were like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I got confused.
Oh, so she's still just fucking off in the books?
Yeah, in the book, she's not been doing anything since like book 3.
She's the worst.
She is. Yeah, but in the book, there. I don't know if you guys want to. This is a pretty big spoiler. I don't know if they're going with it in the show though.
If you think there's a chance, yeah, let's skip it. If you think there's a chance they could still incorporate it.
Um,
It's about Targaryens. Okay, I'll skip it. I just want to say that one part. I'll skip it.
we get the end of the Hound story within the episode. This was a very Hound episode.
This was.
But
The
it comes
titular
to an
character.
end. It's a whole cycle. Like he has a rising sequence where he starts to meet these people, and then he gets kind of in their faith, and then it all ends, and everybody dies. Just how Game of Thrones goes.
Isn't
Yeah,
that like
that's a real rip.
I
weirded
forgot how
out by how
fucking ugly he was.
even that's weirded out by how his beard goes up a little bit like that?
Hmm.
Like, I don't think beards are supposed to do that. Like,
Well,
that's
I think
weird.
part of it's just because like he had a lot of his shit, like a lot of his face is fucked up, so I'm sure that fucks up how hair grows. That's probably why. That's probably why you see that. But
But the actor in real life, like that's a real beard. The actor in real life didn't get burnt like that.
Who
oh
fucking
yeah, that's
knows?
true.
Maybe his hair grows different.
That's just
Yeah, I
weird.
didn't think about that.
Uh,
Look at Tormund's beard right there. It's like it's a curve.
he's got nice sculpting.
I guess.
He knows how to keep a fresh beard.
But yeah, we get this confrontation by the Brotherhood of Banner's men. And,
Yeah, they pretty much show up. They're
they
just
have smirks
being
on their face.
They're just
yeah,
villains
yeah.
now. They're just like bad guys.
They look like they just ate a tub full of shit. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think that they're like this means they're bringing in Lady Stoneheart. Have you guys heard of her?
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
have.
I
I was
think
gonna bring that up towards the end.
I think from what I've heard, like Germ said they're not gonna do her in the show, right?
Okay, that's good. I don't think she could fit
But
the show, honestly.
yeah, it just doesn't make sense in the show. She seems too sci-fi for the show. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, people being brought back to life.
But
John.
I feel like this show is like it's cutting out the fantasy wherever it can. Like
Yeah.
there's no way around resurrection. But like what take the children of the forest. They don't have magical powers. They have alchemy.
hmm
Yeah,
So like the show is trying to keep it as grounded as it can.
good point.
They're
But
at the
what
same
can Lady
time,
Silver? Oh, sorry.
at the same time, I think they're incorporating like little things here and there to give payoffs to people who know who she is. Like she's not gonna come back, but they're like little things here and there that they're like, oh yeah, she didn't mean that's kind of familiar to the people who know.
Like
Mhm.
Easter
Like
eggs.
yeah, like when they hang Ian McShane. Like that's one of the Stoneheart's, big things. She hangs everybody. That's kind of just a tip off.
Yeah, that's true.
What supernatural powers or abilities or affiliations does she have?
Nothing. She's just brought back to life, and then like she has to have an interpreter when she talks because she got like her throat cut, and so she talks in like what was described as
Spew
like
blood,
yeah,
gurgling blood. That's how she talks.
pretty much. It's like a
Horrific choking sounds.
demonic tongue of sorts. Yeah, like in the book, she hung like a Freyman who was like took part in the Red Wedding, and here they're just like hanging random people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this gets like I didn't understand this at all because like I could kind of get it if these guys are going around harassing bands of people for some food and some money. But I don't understand what the point is if they're like an obviously peaceful religious community to just like
It
it
was a
even
religion
seemed
thing, like the Lord of
uh
Light versus the Seven, the religion of the Seven.
fair
Good
enough.
point. And
Fair
if you
enough.
count, there was 3 people on the horse, and there was 21 churchgoers there, so they were outnumbered 7-1.
I
Maybe
yeah,
like,
I
Still
did
the
consider that, but
Declaration of Independence.
I just kind
maybe
of
like,
assumed the oh sorry.
I was saying maybe it'll come out like in the next episode that like that group of people and like Ian McShane were like not they weren't what they
Ian.
seemed. Ian, whatever, Ian. They weren't what they seemed. They were like they had some part in like some fray thing.
That'd be
I don't know.
interesting.
I hope the phrase get what's coming to him, but Remember when we used to talk about after the Red Wedding, like they're gonna get what's coming to them in like the next season, next half season, and it just never came.
They're gonna come
Yeah,
out
not
on top.
really. Really, the only bad thing to happen to the phrase since the Red Wedding is whatever poor girl Walter's harassing at the moment. That's like the only
I
the
mean,
only
those
bad
are his
thing to.
family, so it's all right.
Yeah, the worst thing to happen to the phrase since the Red Wedding was Walda and her baby dying.
But I mean, to end this episode, I mean this season 6, episode 7. The Hound grabs his axe off the stump and he's ready to go to work,
Chopping down
yeah,
trees.
chopping down somebody.
Chopping down trees off of a mountain. Get your tinfoil ready, boy.
But do you guys want to do our Deadpool before we start the episode 8 discussion?
Well, we went right from it goes Hound, Arya, Hound.
Oh, we skipped the
Oh, we
Arya
totally
thing.
skipped. Wow, bravo.
I
Yeah,
totally forgot that.
Good catch. Good catch.
So this is actually the biggest part of the episode, pretty much. I mean,
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Arya she books her passage home on a ship. She's got some gold. I guess she stole it from somebody. But
Yeah, I
she
am really
thinks
interested to learn where she got it from. But
she's
I
looking
guess.
out to the horizon. I'm gonna miss Bravos. And then she
All the
just
lovely
gets the shit stabbed out of her.
What does the waif say? Dear sweet child, and she just fucking goes at her.
Well, you
Yeah,
think
when
it was
she
the way.
when she whips out this blade, like she goes, ching. I thought she like slit her throat and it was over like that.
Yeah, I thought she
But
like stabbed her in like a more substantial area, like her heart or something.
I
yeah, just
almost
a
feel
few.
like Yeah, I almost feel like the waif wasn't told to execute her. Actually, yeah, Jockin said don't make her suffer, and the waif goes for the stomach stabs with a 2-inch blade. I don't understand what this was about.
Because that's not the waif, dude. It's Arya dressed up as the waif, dressed up as the old lady.
If you keep throwing out these shit theories, you're never gonna get it on Podcastaholics again.
I
I have 33% of the shares. Fight me.
Okay, I was gonna say this theory, and this is pretty mind blowing. So, I mean, when I heard it, I was like, wow, that's pretty intense.
Hang on,
She's
let me get
actually
it down real quick.
if you're looking at the GIF, she's like bleeding before she gets stabbed. So I guess she got like a slash.
oh yeah maybe.
But so the theory goes is like this is like a Fight Club scenario where Arya has constructed like a Tyler Durden alternate ego who is the waif,
Huh.
and it's technically like the waif is no one, and it's just a figment of Arya's imagination on her voyage to become no one. Like she
Huh.
had to create this whole alter ego, and nobody ever speaks to the waif except Jaqen, and Jaqen always tells the waif to go away when he's talking to Arya. And that whole scene where Arya's fucking like getting the shit beat out of her in the streets, and then it like zooms out and nobody's there anymore. Like those are like hints of like
Huh.
this is all her imagined.
I
I
like the
didn't
theory,
even.
but Jaqen is alone with the waif at the end of the last episode when he tells her not to suffer, and he's talking to her alone though.
That
Yeah,
is very true.
I was about to say, how do you think, do you think the waif is a hallucination that the House of Black and White can create for people who are trying to become no one, or is this specific to Arya?
I don't really know. I mean, I
'Cause
think
I can
this
almost
is going
believe.
more along the lines of a test. It seems like to me.
I'd agree. That's why I was wondering if,
If
like
she really
maybe.
wants to get rid of this black and white, like no one, she's gonna have to kill off her waif, her second personality.
Hmm.
The part of her that represents black and white.
Yeah,
She's gonna have to kill off no one completely.
maybe that's what the next episode is about. The episode 8. No one. The waif is no one.
Oh.
Wow, I'm really excited for that.
What if Arya was just a figment of the waif's imagination?
Shut the fuck up, goddamn. Just because you change a few of the words around and ask why doesn't make it a credible theory.
I don't know about you, my mind's blown. Arya was never a real Stark. No one ever.
She's looking so much like Ned.
Dying?
No, her hairstyle, dude. That's the Ned Stark cut.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That is the Ned cut.
She
Well,
really
so
does
after,
look like his son, like or his daughter. Like that's a really good casting they have going on here.
She looks like Rob's wife from this angle.
This was the scene I was talking about when she was getting the shit beat out of her by no one in the middle of the street.
Yeah, well, people were watching this blind girl get her shit pushed in by this other young woman.
Ah.
But
when you eat somebody else's grandma's cookies.
but yeah, after taking a few stabs, she jumps into what I can only assume to be some of the dirtiest water we've seen in the show.
Some of the filthiest toilet water in the whole medieval world. So she's definitely gonna die from some bacterial infection.
The water is no one.
And then she pretty much stumbles through the streets. People are staring at her. She's kind of paranoid.
Bleeding
It
out.
would be interesting. It would be interesting though if she wasn't actually hurt and she was just acting like she got stabbed. That could explain the weird looks people were giving her. But I guess also be openly bleeding everywhere would also warrant some weird looks.
It's kind of surprising nobody asked to help the little girl bleeding to death.
They
I thought that was surprising
like,
too.
Curious.
I thought that was surprising too, but I guess kind of chucked it up to medieval people being dicks. Like you help someone who got hurt.
That's what they see often, people bleeding out.
It's a normal thing for them. It's like, it was really weird though. Like I wouldn't think that was the looks that of someone that's gotten stabbed once.
Especially a little girl who is also cold and wet.
Yeah.
They kind of looked at her like, maybe not with disgust, but with like, oh, well, that sucks for you. And then they just went on with doing their thing.
What are you looking at?
But yeah, so after that, then we get to the scene where the bees...
there's the, sorry to cut you off. There's also the Arya doppelganger theory. That it wasn't Arya all along, it was another girl that looked like Arya. Like you see right here, this is kind of like Arya's garb from the
from when she was selling her oysters, clams, and
cockles. Yeah, oysters, clams, and cockles. That may just be like the crew just reusing costumes, but that is there.
Yeah, that is interesting. I haven't heard about that either. That's pretty cool though.
The book doesn't go into great detail as far as like how the face magic works. But if you want to talk about really bad theories, I saw someone say they think Jaqen H'ghar has an Arya face on, and that's the waif attacking Jaqen unknowingly.
But I think the face has to come from a dead person. Like,
yeah,
you have to take the face.
That is true, but then how did Arya see her own face when she was like pulling off face after face from Jaqen?
I never fucking understood. All those goddamn scenes in the House of Black and White, they never make any sense.
They're all a figment of her imagination.
Or anything.
That is true.
I did get to the part of the book where they put a face on Arya and they explain how that process goes, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
But so I mean, I think we've pretty much covered the episode now. Now that we covered the big.
I'd say so. The only other point from the final scene is, holy shit, the bees without bees. They are effective killers. I feel like you heard a woman scream, the mountain hauls ass, and everyone's massacred. They're quick. They're quick hacking.
What?
The Brotherhood without banners.
Oh,
The
okay, the Brotherhood.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was
yeah.
like, when did someone get attacked by bees in this episode?
Bees, bees.
um, yeah, they're some efficient killers. They were able to wipe out that whole peaceful cult,
Yeah,
pretty effectively.
poor Hound. He's up there chopping wood because they said they'd be back at night or something like that. He's like, watch out for the night. And, he's chopping wood to have a fire during the night, and they just come during the day and kill everybody.
Very, very strategic people. Almost like the young wolf.
Bunch of assholes they are. But you guys ready to move on to the death pool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Palmer, since you haven't participated in 2 weeks, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, first before I go, what's the score so far?
Alex.
4-1-1.
Yeah.
We haven't. I'm the only one to ever get one right, and
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. My first one.
Nah, dude, I'm about to catch up. All three of my picks are gonna be correct.
All right. I got the waif. Getting shanked by Sirio.
Okay, by Sirio. Damn, that's a bold one.
That's out of left field.
So Palmer, the waif. You can go next, Kurt.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go Lancel Lannister.
Lancel?
Lancel, yes, Lancel Lannister. Death by Mountain.
Based off the trailer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely based off the trailer.
Yeah, I think you're
third.
gonna have to call like a death cause here if you want the 3 points.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think. I don't know if the Mountain's gonna beat him to death or use a sword. I think I'm gonna go sword. He will be murdered by a sword by the Mountain next episode.
Okay. Fucking keeps correcting it to goddamn Lance a lot.
Yeah, when I was typing into my notes, it kept doing that too.
I am gonna go with my first pick. I'm gonna go with Sir Lemon Cloak.
God damn it!
The guy with the yellow cloak. I think I had a picture of him earlier.
Oh my gosh, was that him?
That's
yeah,
his name,
that was Lemon Cloak.
Oh my gosh,
you could tell by his lemon cloak.
I didn't even put that together. And so the one in the middle must have been Tom Seven String. Never thought I'd see these people on screen. Again.
And since I went third, I'm gonna double my pick, and my second one is gonna be damn, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with fucking Rickon.
Ooh.
Rickon by fucking, I don't know what demented way Ramsay would kill him.
That'd be really shitty for Ramsay to flay Rickon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Flay though.
That's a safe bet from a Bolton, but still a dick move. Not gonna gain a lot of favor in the North doing that. Actually, he fucking might. That's all he's done so far.
Here's Lemon Cloak I found.
He's not what I pictured him to look like in the book.
Oh, how did you think Lemon Cloak was gonna die?
Oh, he's gonna fucking catch an axe in the fucking face by the hound.
That doesn't make sense. Dogs can't wield axes.
So is it my turn then? Cycling
Yeah.
back around. What was the execution method for your second pick?
Flay.
Oh yeah, that's right, Flay. I'm gonna go the nun, the shame nun, Oleana. Is that her name?
Yelena. Or
Elena.
Unella.
No.
Unella.
Sept Elena.
Is it Unella?
No, it's not Elena.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it's Sept Elena.
Elena is the grandma's name.
Oh, okay. Septoma or something like that then.
It's Unella.
Whatever.
Okay, fair
It's
enough.
fucking Sept.
I think it's gonna be her by the mountain as well. I'm gonna go. I think the mountain's gonna go.
The mountain's gonna kill a bunch of people this episode.
Yeah, I think the mountain's gonna go on a fucking spree this episode.
Okay. So you got the Sept by the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Palmer, that's your next pick.
I want to go Podrick being hung.
That'd be
Yes.
awful.
A little bit of deicide here.
I
Podrick's God.
interesting choice.
Are you saying that because in the trailer, Braun comes up behind him and grabs him by the neck?
Is that Braun? I thought it was just some random person.
No, I think it's Braun.
Looks a lot like Braun to me.
I only saw his arm. I don't know where you
It
guys
looks
see
a
his face.
lot like Braun.
You see, like, the right quarter of his face, and it really looks like Braun.
Okay, well, he's gonna get hung by someone. So
I think Braun's just playing with him, and they're like they put that in there just to like stir up some feelings.
Yeah, I think Braun's gonna headlock him and then just like give him a little noogie or like
My
toss
little
his hair.
guy, yeah.
how you doing, buddy? Alright, so is it my turn again?
Yeah. We'll go back with your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Waif by Arya this time. Can I do that?
You went full waif already, so
I know, but that way, if it goes either way, I'll get a point. Can I do that?
I'm not against it.
you want to double down on the wave?
No, I went double down. Okay, never mind. That's a good point.
Damn it, Homer.
This is a good one. I had Jamie by Brienne, but I think that's gonna be in another episode.
Yeah, Jaime has to kill Cersei first, and Tommen has to die for Cersei to die. You're skipping way ahead of the domino chain.
Yeah,
Okay,
Thomas
I
got
think,
that.
Elena's gonna die by the Sparrows somehow.
Oh, that would be sad.
Okay, the grandma.
Yeah.
Queen of Thorns.
Queen of Thorns. The Tart Queen
Brandy
of Thorns.
Rose.
By Sparrows?
Sparrows.
Okay. Alright, Kirk, what's your last pick?
Sorry to be shitty, but I'm gonna have to go Lemoncloak as well.
Damn it.
That...
Way to be shitty.
Well, I was saving it for last because I thought for sure neither of you guys would catch that his name was Lemoncloak. But I guess I was wrong. Could I go Decapitation by Hound?
Is that different than catching an axe to the face?
I'd assume so because
I feel like you can't do Lemoncloak. You gotta pick some else, dude.
No,
before the show.
That was the thing. That was the thing.
You can't pick my first round pick with your third pick.
Yes, you can. That's the deal. You can pick the same person, just has to be a different manner of
It
death.
just feels like
You agreed to it.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I asked before the show, just in case that did happen.
This is why he asked. He knew you would pick Lim your first pick. He
For
wanted
literally this exact situation.
He knew I was gonna debate on doubling down with the wave. Come on, dude. He's
I
Bran.
feel like we're all gonna end up with the same picks though every week because I feel like if I really want to get points out of this, I'm gonna pick Lancel too, and we're just gonna end up with the same Deadpools.
All right, I want to change my answer to Lim also, but through hanging.
Okay, how about this? Since you went first, even if you're right, I only get 2 points.
All
If I'm
right.
right.
No, I mean you only ever get 1 point if you're right. You have to get 2 more if you get the execution way.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. If the execution's right as well, then 2.
All right, that's fine. Makes more sense. See, that's how you reach an agreement.
Compromise.
Fuck.
You mean you agree to something and then backtrack on it when it comes up? Yeah, it's a pretty good video.
Spend 5 minutes talking about it and then finally just decide to back down. Yeah.
It was like 2 messages, like, should we do it? Yeah, it makes sense. I was going more along the lines of like, if we all thought Cersei was gonna die, or her trial was coming up, and we all picked her, or something like that.
Yeah, you didn't specify that. There was no fine print. It really came back to bite you.
What, do you feel the Clegane Bolt is fucking 2 days from now? Or do you think that's later in the season?
The Clegane Bowl, no, I feel like that's gonna be episode like 10.
Oh, can I change Lady Alina real quick?
No, you picked it.
Come on.
No, that was a pick, dude. It's already over.
Come on, quick. Come on.
No, you can't change it. You picked it, dude.
That segment's done.
Alright, fine.
The deal is done.
Brah. All right, my winner.
My last pick, I'll go with Edmure.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
Forgot about him.
Edmure. What's their last name?
Tully.
I keep forgetting. I don't know why. Like,
Tully Tyrell
Martell.
Martin.
why is the blackfish called the blackfish?
It's a pretty lame answer, just like with Littlefinger's name. He's the younger brother. He's basically like the black sheep of the family, but he's the younger brother. He decided to go do.
I think you cut out right there.
Thank you for that answer, Palmer. It really cleared things up.
I think what he's going for here is in Westeros, it's popular for like the second in line son or something like that to create a like a almost sect of the house. Like they had the Black Fires, which is like a bastard led group of the Targaryens, and now you had the Blackfish.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Did you read that from like various lore, or did
He
you?
goes to,
Is
he
that
goes
in
to
the book?
Ice and Fire Wiki.
Yeah, the Ice and Fire Wiki's got everything, dude.
Huh.
He gave up on listening to the audiobook. He just decided to like get all the answers without reading it.
Yeah, I mean, it was too much. But Edmure Tully by Jamie.
Immortality by Jimmy. Yeah, that's a good pick. I could believe it.
I hope they don't kill him because like at this part in the book, it was like a pretty big like character moment for Jimmy. But if they kill him, he's just gonna end up like being Cersei's lapdog more.
That is true.
Who knows? But yeah, we got the Deadpool out of the way. It's all set. It's in episode 8. Let me look that up. What is episode 8 called? No One?
No one.
Yeah, I think it's called No One.
What do you guys think is gonna happen?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. I think it's going to be an Arya-heavy episode just from the title alone.
Well, episode 1 was called The Red Woman. We only got like 30 seconds of her at the end.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Palmer, if you look on screen, this is what me and Alex were talking about. I don't understand why.
Why does that keep changing?
I don't know. That's weird. I've never seen that before.
Huh.
Well,
Weird.
yeah, that was the screenshot that we were talking about. That looks a lot like Bran to me, at least.
Wait, what are you
Wrong.
talking about? I don't see anything. Oh, right there. The screen. My screen was a little bit behind, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he kept clicking on another picture, but it kept auto-changing to the
Yeah,
fucking...
it changed to something else. That's
Okay.
like, that is 100% Braun right there, dude. The fingerless gloves.
Yeah, okay, maybe that is, but he's definitely gonna die. I feel like Braun and him have some chemistry, and Braun's like deep down, his character doesn't really care about the relationship between him and Pod,
Yeah, I'd agree to that.
unless he's like yanking
I
him
wish
out
I knew.
the safety.
I wish I knew the name of this sparrow so I could put him on my Deadpool because he's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, when you're in that position, there's a lot of coming back from it.
Just ask Oberyn.
He's about to get degloved by an undead mountain.
About to rip his face clean off. Who do you think, with the theme of the season, people coming back to life, who's going to come back to life in the next episode?
Like literally, or
Make a reappearance. The Hound was this past episode, I guess you would say.
Oh, okay.
Caitlin Stark.
I think that's a popular one, but I don't think she's really coming back.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back in the show.
I hope not. But there might
I
have
said
been
like Gendry running into Yara and Theon. That'd be a good comeback.
That would. Gendry was my first knee jerk because I can't think of anyone else who we just like haven't caught up with in a while.
The dire wolf eventually.
Oh shit! Any of the dire wolves? Not any. Fucking Nymeria specifically. If we could see Nymeria next episode, that'd be badass.
her and her like 100 wolf pack
Bad ass.
Do you think Nymeria's Wolfpack is going to join in the fight with Jon and Sansa?
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be a stretch. I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they're ever gonna pay it off in the show.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but like there hasn't been a lot of screen time with Jon and Ghost.
Huh.
Like I don't know like what like I haven't noticed them like you know he hasn't like petted Ghost like he usually does or something like I don't know what it is. Like
Yeah,
Dire
that's true.
wolves aren't like. I mean, they're getting bigger. They're not like dogs. They're not like friendly and nice. They're kind of ferocious.
not to their owner, not to their like their
They're
person.
still independent, like lone wolves. I
Well, yeah,
mean,
but
To
we
be
haven't
fair, I don't think with these meetings with heads of houses, John, it'd be kind of like a threat to bring your fucking monster beast with you.
like ever since like the first episode when he's just kind of like sitting there, we haven't seen a lot of interaction like the whole season with him.
That is true, though. I will say that, like, even when they're just talking amongst themselves, there's not a whole lot of ghosts.
Some people theorize that it's not really Jon that got brought back. That's
Huh.
why Ghost isn't. Why Ghost isn't like buddy with him.
That's interesting.
Some people think that it's not Jon in the
I
body,
think you're
but
looking a little too
Jon's
much
in
into
Ghost.
it.
I'm excited to see if anything does come of that, or if Ghost and John just become the best of friends in the next couple episodes.
They were the best of friends, and then he died.
He had to ruin
Here's
that friendship with his death.
Here's Jack and Hagar.
God, out of like all the theories, I mean, R plus L equals J, obvi, but I really hope Jaqen and Syrio are the same person. That'd be fucking awesome.
How do you think the waif, like, how do you think Arya, like, defeats the waif, you know, assuming the waif is a real person and she isn't just a figment of her imagination? I feel like she's got to lure her to her trap because the waif just whips Arya's ass every time they go at it.
But
That's
she's
what
not
I
gonna
was
beat her.
thinking.
You see that little shadow right behind her?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna beat her. That's Syrio Pharrell right there. The first sword of Bravos. Go back to that other picture of Syrio and look at his hair, and then go back to this one.
No, it's not fucking Syrio. He didn't make it out of that bitch.
You did, dude.
You heard his screams.
I agree that Arya's gonna have to she's gonna have to use trickery to beat the waif. There's just no way, especially now that she's weakened, there's just no way a one-on-one fight with her is gonna do anything. But I will be trying to symbolically interpret their fight and see if the waif is a figment of Arya's imagination. Like, I don't know if Arya's gonna have to become no one to defeat the waif, or what that has to do with it. But I'm really excited for that brawl.
I think it's like pretty
definitely
much given up on Arya becoming no one now.
I definitely think the trial is coming up of Cersei's. Like that's this next episode, episode 8, and then the final 2 episodes are just gonna be like jam-packed payoff. I don't know.
I hope so. I feel like you're right though. I feel like they've been teasing that trial since the second episode.
And you said they were going to be directed by the guy who directed Hardhome?
Yeah, the last 2 were 9 and 10 are done by the guy who did Hardhome. When we say we're on 8, it always makes me think we only have 2 episodes left, but we got 3.
Thank God.
Praise
the Lord light.
The off season is dark and full of terrors.
Long night. Oh, so that's what that means. That finally makes sense. Okay, I get it.
The long
Thrones
summer. My sweet summer child, we're about to head to the long winter.
Saying that just makes me like go back and think about how Summer died and like. No one better than I. I wonder when like Bran wakes up from like his Raven coma. Is like
he already did.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess he doesn't really care.
He hasn't had time to think about it.
Summer like got it digested into Bran through the Weirwood duct.
What? What if I keep talking about?
What?
You haven't heard about this theory, bro?
He got digested?
Well, not digested, but like ingested or like into and vote. I don't know what the word is.
I don't
He
know
got
what you're talking about.
regested.
Just I don't know. He like got Summer Soul like, got taken into Brandon's Weirwood net thing. I don't know.
Are you talking about something from the books or something?
No, like Summer died, and now like Summer like little ghost puppy soul is like it got ingested into the Weirwood.
Ghost puppy soul. That thing is not a puppy. That's a grown ass man eater.
No, dude. In direwolf years, that's still a puppy. Direwolf years are like the opposite of human dog years.
It's 1/7 a human year.
So when he's 35 in human years, he'll be 7 in direwolf years?
Yes.
Hmm.
No, it's 5 in direwolf years, not 7. Gosh.
Oh yeah, it might be.
Get your direwolf math straight.
Anyway, though, I think that's about everything I had to say. You guys have any more to add?
I think, did I say this where I think the Blackfish battle isn't going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Which I agree. That makes a lot of sense to me.
They're going to get us rock hard, and then the trailer, I don't remember if you remember this, but Brienne is floating on a boat, and she looks back at something, and I imagine, like, it's either one of two things. Like, she's looking back on the river run getting, like, sieged, or she's looking back on these boats following her out of River Run.
Mm.
And it makes me think she's leaving, because when she confronts Jaime in the trailer, she's like, if you attack, I'll have to fight, against you. And, I don't think Brienne is one to get the fuck out when the fighting is coming.
Maybe she just got done killing Jaime.
Might be interesting. I don't think Jaime's gonna die this soon, but he may.
But maybe Jaime's the Lord of Light.
I don't think anyone's
maybe
a deity.
Jaime's many-faced god.
That's true, because he looks a lot different from when he like cut his hair. Now he looks, he got a short.
Yeah, everybody's got this like prisoner haircut in King's Landing now.
Ever since Cersei did it, it's become popular.
No, Cersei got the cut after Jaime did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're twins, so she's trying to look more like them.
The Sparrows are such followers.
Jaime's the leader.
I don't know, something about dude. Jesus knows the leader.
I forgot Patreon questions.
John Christ.
Okay, so a couple of our fans want to know: do you guys like John's new hair as opposed to his old hair?
I'll always be.
He's supposed to be playing the villain in the new Call of Duty.
Really?
Yeah, Kit Harington.
Oh, that's cool.
He had to shave his beard though, because he's not playing Jon Snow anymore. I think he's gonna die in the Battle of the Bastards.
Do you really?
That would be really disappointing.
A second Jon Snow death.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's already died.
I don't know if my heart could
It wouldn't
handle
mean that much.
I mean, nobody saw it the first
dude.
time. Like, if you said Jon Snow was gonna die the first time, everybody would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna be the huge twist nobody sees coming?
Arya dying.
I think Arya will die.
Okay, so this is so weird because it's the second Patreon question. What would be an acceptable manner for Arya to die?
Her face cut off.
While she's alive? Like, oh my gosh, Ramsay is the faceless man.
He's more of an enthusiast than a professional. The faceless men try not to associate with the Boltons.
He's a high prophet, and no one would expect that.
Yeah, they stop at the face. He takes it all.
He takes it all, the whole skin.
An acceptable way for Arya to die.
I want to change my Deadpool to all of these dudes. All of them.
Yeah, they're all fuck proper.
Their little pointy sticks.
Swastikas on their foreheads.
There is no acceptable Arya death for me. I feel like, God, I don't know. her taking down the waif with her. That's what I'll say. If Arya's gonna die, I want her to take down whoever's killing her, which I assume will be the waif.
What if the waif pulls off a mask and it's Jaqen underneath?
Well, then I hope she takes down Jaqen.
What if what if the Jaqen yanks off the Arya's mask and it's the waif? A girl has played us.
That'd be a pretty good one. Alright, that's all the Patreon questions we have. We only had those two.
We don't have any Patreon questions. It's all a lie.
Just like the many-faced god.
All the gods.
Be careful spewing that kind of blasphemy.
There's only one god, and his name is Death. What do we say today?
Not today.
Not today. Yeah, is that good with you guys?
Yeah, let's go with me. Good episode. I hope episode 8 is a ball rocker. Knocks my socks off.
I think it will be.
I hope it's not a big cock tease and then leads into the episode 9 and 10 payoff.
I mean, this episode, what was the episode before this? It was 6.
Yeah.
Both episodes, nothing huge happened. They were just kind of build-up episodes. But this one was really good, and the last one, it was bad.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it goes
We
to show you
roasted the
that,
last episode. We roasted the last episode. You weren't here, but
We roasted you both episodes, but you won't fucking listen to them.
well, you gave me the
How
highlight.
will
it'd be bad
How
for
will you know how well we burned you?
I'll go back and listen to them. I got a big drive. Always St. Augustine.
I don't know. Our casts are pretty long.
That's true. I only got 2.5 hours of the book left, so I'm probably just gonna finish that.
I've been listening to our old episodes about our drugs, but I mean, don't want to cross podcasts here. Thanks for listening. Come back next week. We'll be here too.